NFL trade deadline may have just changed the course of this season. Here's who won each deal. Biggest winner of the Leonard Williams cross-country trade to Seattle is Leonard Williams himself. Dude finally gets to play someone in football. He spent the first half of his career stuck on the Jets. Then the second half of his career still in New York, stuck on the Giants. Now he gets to team up with Pete Carroll, and I'm sure what is an extremely fun Seattle defense to play in. I can imagine they had some good times there in Seattle with Tariq Woolen and Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks, Jamal Adams in the room. Also, if Seattle wants to compete in the playoffs with teams like Philadelphia, if Seattle wants to compete in the playoffs with teams like San Francisco, if Seattle is going to want to compete in the playoffs with teams like the Dallas Cowboys, they are going to need help in the run defense department. So I guess Seattle is a winner too in a way. The Eagles got an all-pro safety and Kevin Byard for fucking peanuts. Definitely won that deal, as they win every deal. I mean, come on, how is the league even letting this happen? A 5th and a 6th round pick for Kevin Byard? Those two picks, for all we know, could be players that never play a down in the freaking league. And the craziest part is Philly did this to Tennessee last year. They literally pulled off a straight up trade, Treylon Burks for A.J. Brown. That's crazy to me. Probably why Philly's in Super Bowl contention again. Howie Roseman, you are a G, my dude. The Vikings confusingly traded for a quarterback and a running back, Joshua Dobbs and Cam Akers at the trade deadline, but traded an offensive lineman that would be needed to protect their quarterback and open up holes for their running back away in the same trade deadline. Hold this big fat L, Minnesota. What the fuck are you guys doing? The craziest part, their season was just turning around. And then Kirk Cousins goes down, and now it's all gone to shit once again. Man, I feel for Vikings fans. On the bright side, hopefully Josh Dobbs can keep Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson's fantasy value alive. By the way, when is Justin Jefferson coming back? 24-year-old wide receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones is now a Detroit Lion. Love that fit. The Lions definitely win this trade. Even with the Amon-Ra St. Brown and Josh Reynolds and Sam Laporta now. I've honestly always thought that the Lions receiving core was just a little bit thin. They just got J-Mo back from suspension, and now they go out and acquire Donovan Peoples-Jones. It seems like the Detroit Lions agreed with my assessment on their team and where their biggest holes were. Can you imagine a world where the freaking Detroit Lions are playing in the Super Bowl? The Detroit Lions get into the Super Bowl before the freaking Chargers? What are we doing, Staley? Talking about hypotheticals here. Hasn't happened yet. Need to calm down. Both sides won the cornerback Rasul Douglas trade. Buffalo adds a turnover-producing corner to their secondary. The rebuilding Packers get a 3rd-round pick for a player that's already been on 7 teams in his career. And Rasul gets to potentially compete for a Super Bowl. What a W of a trade for everybody. Also, keep in mind, Buffalo is extremely thin at the position. They lost Tre'Davious White to a torn ACL earlier in the season, and they've had a few more injuries at that position that have led them to a point where they need to make moves like this at the deadline. The winner of the Montez Sweat deal that sent them to the Bears is Washington. They got a 2nd-round pick out of this. And Chase Young was sent to the San Francisco 49ers for a 3rd-round pick. I hate to break it to you, nobody won this deal, Niner fans. The 49ers have needs at like 5 other positions. How much stronger can this defensive line get? Also, Chase Young is in a contract year. For him personally, why would he go to a crowded room where he's going to have to compete for playing time with Drake Jackson? Washington turned a top 5 pick into a mid-round pick in just 2.5 seasons. What a trade deadline, man. My phone was blowing up. I was getting notifications left and right. Players getting traded here, players getting traded there, receivers, cornerbacks, offensive linemen, quarterbacks, running backs. Everyone was getting dealt. We will see how it impacts the season, but please let me know in the comments who won the trade deadline, who won all of these deals in your opinion. And make sure you like the video to help me out a ton in the algorithm. I just got back on YouTube, so I need all the help I can get. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Who won all these trades? We won't know for a while, probably. But sooner rather than later, the ball won't lie.